Alright, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to explore neumorphism. Neumorphism is like a new UI trend, I would say, where it is like material design, but it's different where one thing about material design is that it is a flat design where you will just have shadows that it will appear. But neumorphism is more towards like a 3D way on how you create like buttons and such. So it really looks very different, looks very nice. And I think the thing about neumorphism is not the current, it's not something innovative, meaning that it has been already created years back from what I've researched so far. But why it is picking up nowadays is because of its minimalist design. Currently, we are in the minimalist kind of trend. That's why we are loving this design because so minimalist, like look so plain but nice at the same time. And I'm trying to I have a lot of like tutorials and such that have done neumorphism in Flutter, but there is nothing that has been done in Flutter Web. So this guy, Sergey Software, this guy, he actually created a neumorphic library that you can use in your Flutter app. And he has a, is it this one? There's another one. So he has a tutorial on how to do it, and he has different designs on what neumorphism is and such. But in all in essence, I would not recommend, and he also does not recommend because performance shadows are very expensive, especially for animation. And maybe in the future, where our phones are incrementally getting faster, stronger, right? This UI trend might be the thing now. And there are no pragmatic reasons to employ this design except visual appearance. That's true. That is very true. For example, like the only thing is, it looks good. That's it. There isn't any form of help or assistance or in terms of design wise. It's just a fancy design. It doesn't really help. Like material design is good enough for you to, help the user on what to press and tell them what to not press. But either way, you can just, do stuff like this, right? So I'm going to create a Flutter web experience, you know? So the thing about neumorphism, it is just another trend. Will it be trendy in the future? I don't know, honestly. I don't know. But the difference between material design and neumorphism design is that for material design, you have the typical shadow, but in neumorphism is that you have a white shadow here. So this is like a grayish shadow, but at the same time, there's a white shadow. This actually is from this kind of side view. So material design does this, while neumorphism does this. It looks like a very pressable button. This is very 2D, this is very 3D. And that's the thing about neumorphism design. It is like that. Nuts and bolts. Yeah, it's like a UI trend of just nuts and bolts kind of thing. So there's a lot of people now like picking up. Oh, is neumorphism the 2020 trend? For me, I have no idea. Depends. I like material design because of how it looks. And then it has this also new neumorphic, where this is the old days, back in the days of the 2000s where your buttons looks like this. It has that boxy kind of neumorphism where it tells you, oh, this is a button, a typical button, and then you pressed it. And then, but in the end, you just gotta do it. Yeah, so you can see that there's the lighter and the darker, aspect of your button. Building application for the web takes a while. Takes a long time. And you have all of these blue and gray shades. This is blue gray. This background is blue gray. It's a very, because the thing is the background has to be either blue gray or white. That's why that all of these colors will pop out very easily. I mean, I all if you guys have seen, my thumbnails are always white in background because it's easy to pop the colors and it can capture a lot of attention. I guess I like the minimalist kind of design. And then there's different neumorphic designs also, where it's concave or what's the other word? Something. Hi Gilbert. Uh, takes damn long. Sorry, I'm replying. That's actually interesting though. Would you like? Hi Gilberto. Um, yeah, actually, you guys brought a point there. Flutter Web with Firestore. Maybe I'll do one day, maybe next week, where I can do a stream with Flutter Web with Firestore, because I guess I have experience in doing Flutter Web stuff with Firestore, and yeah, okay, I'll do one day. I'll do one day I would say a long tutorial on how to do it, and what are the nuances of that. Right. Okay. So, neumorphism. Right. Now I'm going to implement. Okay, so I'm getting back. Okay, we have a main dot. I need it for some clients. Cool, man. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the neumorphic package to play around with. I need a better laptop. 26. Oh my god, my CPU is running at 37%. Great. All right, so it's very recent. He published just yesterday, which is interesting. All right, so I'm gonna go to pub/spec YAML. Wow, it's damn laggy. Okay, it's really laggy. That means I need a new computer. Partners. Howdy, partner. Do my own project. Hi. Hi, Gilbert. Thanks. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, yeah, it's pretty. Okay. So the thing to note about pubdev packages is that if your packages is just UI packages, right, you can use it for web, because that uses the Skia engine to be rendered inside your Flutter Web project. So any UI packages can be used in Flutter Web. So you have to take note. And also Flutter Desktop or Flutter Mac OS or whatever. Okay, so it has been created. Okay, so let me see what is here. All right, so you got the top view, bottom view. You can some widgets, neumorphic status. It's a container like material widget merged with container but implement neumorphism, concave, bevel, elevation, decoration, text container. Cool. Okay, let me try this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, oh my god, come on, fine. So I forgot this space. Then make it into space. I think all. Third, third, A, no. All, no. Star, no. I forgot. What's the all? It's annoying. Okay, never mind. Just gonna control D everything. Okay. Make it cleaner for me. This is column. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a button below the word counter. Neumorphic. Okay. It's a bit wonky. So let me see if floating at all is a widget, so I can actually delete this. Right. So, isn't defined. I thought I imported already. I did. Okay, cool. So blah blah, blah. Child text container. So this is just a. Let me pull this down all the way down. So I've just created a neumorphic container using the neumorphic. What do you call that? Hot restart. Okay, so let me see. Is it refreshed? Does it look like it's refreshed? Is there an error? Let me see. So there's an error. Reload in progress, ignore request, I'm fine. Okay, let me restart the whole thing. Alright, so so if you guys have noticed, there is like error messages just beside my what you call this, my function, and it's using an extension called I think Quokka.js. So it uses JavaScript to show you what error you have rather than going to your debug console, right? You have that. Let me share. Where's Quokka.js? It should be the last one, right? No. Let's go. Oh, it doesn't. Here. Scratchpad for JavaScript. Oh, is it this one? No, I think it's error something. Error. Error lens. So improve highlighting of errors. So I would recommend you to download this because it shows errors just beside your code. So you don't have to look at your debug console to see what code you have problems with. But other than that, let's see whether it's loading. In the meantime, let me explain more about Neumorphic. What is the Neumorphic button? Oh wow, that's amazing. Switch, getting started. It's really laggy. Really don't like it. Okay, maybe I have to delete most of this. Let me just delete so I can have more CPU power. Okay, let's see whether this helps. Okay, my CPU is 30%, 37%, crazy high. Yikes. Please donate. I need a new computer. In order for me to stream, I really need a better machine. But it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. But yeah. So, like I say, neumorphic design is really not recommended. It's really for fun because it has a lot of shadows. If you were to have a lot of components or widgets that has a lot of shadows, it's very expensive for your machine because shadows are very expensive. That's why it's not recommended to have a lot of shadows in your app, and it will lag. Especially if you were to do Flutter web. Flutter web is still very janky and very laggy, so I will not recommend you to do any designs that has to do with shadow. And thanks, Gilberto. Such a nice person. It's really very laggy. Soon money. Yeah, man. I need more money. But yeah, anyway, FYI, for those who are listening, I'm going to have a Flutter web tutorial in Udemy. So full course of Flutter web Udemy. I'm still planning on it. And it will be dealing with Firebase functions and such. And also I will try to do, more, a full course on how to build like, oh, see ya, Gilbert, see ya. Major fan. Thank you so much, Gilberto. And I'm going to build a Flutter Web Udemy course that explores around Firebase, I think, important services like Firestore and Firebase storage and what else, Firebase authentication. And also at the same time, you guys can also expect me to use shared preferences. So something like cache, where it's secure and somewhat. All right, so I'm going to load this up. My God, this is so slow. It's okay. It's okay. Neumorphism web. Wow. Okay, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Okay, still loading and it crashed. Great. So what was the lag? Turn away. Failed to connect to WebSocket. Right. Okay, so this is ah. Okay, this is bad. Okay, I'll stop this stream because it's very laggy to my laptop. But yeah, this is just my opinion on neumorphism. It is a UI trend that may be maybe in 2 years, 3 years time, where our phones are very strong, because I love the design, very minimalist, and I like plain background because it pops out any color that you put in on your app. That's about it. Thank you for listening. Hope you guys have a nice day. Goodbye.